Luana, and I'm here to show you the young adults gotta cook. Hey, it's Luana, and I'm here to show you the young adults gotta cook. Today's video is part 1 in our new casserole series, and we're gonna be making a double-baked potato casserole. It's creamy, cheesy, and bacony delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Ingredients you'll need are Yukon Gold Potatoes, scallions. You'll also need some type of cheese. I used extra sharp cheddar, but you can use any preference you'd like. Some ranch packets. You'll also need some sour cream. You'll need bacon, or you could use pre-made bacon bits, and also salt and pepper. The first step is to medium dice your potatoes. About a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch will do. The actual first step should have been to preheat your oven to 400 degrees, or you can be like me and remember halfway through. Oh, and I did forget to mention the veggie oil you'll need to coat the potatoes when you season them with the ranch packet, salt, and pepper. Toss the potatoes, making sure all the seasoning is mixed through, and place onto preferably foil-lined sheet pans. I didn't have any for this occasion, but you definitely want to use them for easy cleanup. And then place into your oven for 20 to 25 minutes. I'd like to add that the potatoes were a little overcrowded on the sheet pans, so I set the oven to broil for about 10 minutes to get them nice golden brown. And while the taters are cooking, thinly slice a bunch of green onions. Then the next step is to shred your cheese. You can use a box grater like me or a food processor if you're about that life, but personally, I think the box grater is way easier to clean, especially if you, pro tip, lightly oil the grater, and that makes it for really easy cleanup. Speaking of pro tips, I highly recommend partially freezing your bacon if you're making homemade bacon bits, unless your knife is super sharp, like mine, wink wink. It'll just make your life way easier. Then in a frying pan on medium-high heat, fry your bacon till it's nice and crispy. Once the bacon fat gets foamy like this, you're pretty much there. And I like to save the rendered fat for frying my breakfast potatoes. The last step is to mix the sour cream and the ranch packet. I personally like putting mine into a quart Ziploc bag, just so that I can kind of pipe it on. It looks a little fancy. For the assembly, in an old baking dish, you're going to place half the amount of potatoes, cheddar cheese, bacon, sour cream, and green onions, and on the second layer, just the potatoes and cheddar cheese, and bake in your oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes, or until the cheese is nice and melty. Then, take it out of the oven very carefully, top with the sour cream, bacon bits, and the rest of the green onions, to your preference of course. And there you have it, double baked potato casserole. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because you're not going to want to miss next week's casserole. Aloha, and I'll see you next Friday.